Alright boys and girls, today we have our Aussie spec of our Stam DK build. Now I've been trying to work out how I want to do my build videos as far as the format, and I think I've finally decided I'm going to do one video where I explain the gear and the skills, well, tell you what the gear and the skills and stuff is, and then a second video where I go into more detail and explain exactly what's going on and how everything works together and ways that you can get more damage or a bit more tankiness and stuff like that. So let me know how you think of that idea, or if you just prefer to have one long video. But I think for some people they just want to see the gear, and other people do want the longer videos, so this is the best of both worlds. So let's get straight into it. We're running Bloodspawn for our monster helm, both medium pieces and well fitted on both of those, with triglyphs on every piece of our body. If you can't afford it, just try and make sure you have your head, legs and chest. Then we're running reinforced heavy chest and legs of Prior. Our jewelry makes our 5-piece of Prior, and we're running Swift on all 3 with weapon damage enchants. Deej Trickery is our back bar set with our arms, belt and feet all medium with triglyphs and well fitted, and we're running a charged sword with a sturdy shield with a health glyph on it, and then on our front bar we're running a that two-hander. As you may notice, it's very similar to our Stamden build, but these are very strong for our ping. It makes you very tanky while you still have enough damage to kill things. Pairing Prior with Vamp makes us really tanky down low, and then with a decent hit pool, we've got a lot of time down low, so we've got time to recover and get ourselves back in the fight. And that's really a point when you're playing with 300 ping, to have that ability to recover from high burst and so on. So let's go over our stats really quickly. So on our front bar, we're at 20k magic, 38k health and 26k stam, 827 magic recovery and 1700 stam recovery. Keep in mind this is with rally and potion buff. And then we're at 5.5k weapon damage with 28k resistances. That will go up to 30k on our back bar. On our back bar we also gain an extra bit over 1000 health, and that's about the only change on our back bar. Now if you want a little bit more web damage on this build, you can run infused on a couple pieces, and you could also run the weapon damage Munderstone with say 1 recovery enchant on your jewels. That will give you another 100. You can quite easily get over 6k on this build. Let's get into the skills. Now our bar setup's very similar to our last DK build, but we'll go over what we've changed and what we're running for those that didn't see that. We're running Venomous, Rally, Noxious, Molten Whip and Executioner with Leap. We won't get into it too much, as I said. We'll have a separate video where we explain why we're doing this, but quickly we did swap to Green Dragon's Blood. We needed a burst heal in my opinion, and this is actually pretty solid as long as you're only using it below 50% health, ideally below 35-40%. Then we're running Resolving Vigor, Cinderstorm. I will explain this really quickly. In the last video we were running Fragmented. Cinder is just better in my opinion. The heal's meh. The reduced movement speed's really nice for tower fights. It allows you to get some distance and be able to have time to recast stuff and get yourself back in the fight. And obviously it's way cheaper. You can basically spam this and get your stamina back through passives. Then we're running Volatile Armor and Fossilize, which we did swap out for, well, we swapped Reverb out for Fossilize. Reverb's still a good option. This just goes through dodge roll and also mobilizes as well. So it's kind of personal preference which one you want, and of course this costs magic and not stam, and I found myself having more stam issues than mag issues. Then we're running Corrosive Armor as our ult. As you would have seen on our ultimate tier list we did on stream the other day, this is one of the strongest ults in the game, if not the strongest ult. Alright, other minor details. Our CP, we're running Focus Mending, Duelist Rebuff, Fermentage, Ironclad, Boundless Vitality, Survival Instincts, Speed CP, sustained by suffering. We are a Vamp, we are running the Stam Recovery Mundus, and we are a stage 3 Vamp, and also we kept the Imperial as our race. I forgot my last video, I think, but we're running double health, steel, poisons on our front bar, and we are also running escapist poisons on our back bar. For our potions, I have been running minor heroes and pots. These are so damn good. They're super expensive, so even if you can get some of these and use them as your off stat just in really heavy fights where you need that extra bit of go, then it's really going to give you that added advantage. The extra ultimate is just so good, and obviously we can turn that ult into sustain, so it's even better for us. We're pretty consistently getting leaps up in under, if not around 20 seconds. So crazy turnaround on our ult. And before I went Vamp, we were almost getting leaps up while we were still in Corrosive. And technically we did actually land one leap while we were still in Corrosive. So pretty toxic stuff. It's the short overview of the build for us Aussies and anyone that's playing in high ping. As I said, we'll have a follow-up video in the next few days where I go into a lot more detail and explain why I chose certain things and also other options if you want a bit more damage or so on, and we'll just have more of a discussion of how DK fundamentally works. So we'll be doing this with a lot of builds and classes where I'll have an overview of the class, because generally a lot of skills and a lot of that stuff is going to be very similar, if not the same, over a lot of builds. So, you know, I could probably have 3 or 4 different builds where I had the same bar setup or so on, the same CP setup. So going through all that stuff and explaining it in high detail every time I do a build is just kind of pointless in my opinion. I might as well get it out in one video and then not have to cover it again. And for the ones that just want the build info, the gear and the skills, then they can just watch a 2-minute to 5-minute long video and get that information. And if they don't want to come back and watch a more detailed video, then that's fine. Also, I want to say a massive thank you guys. We're almost about to hit 1,000 subs and it's been really awesome. Amazing what can happen when you make consistent YouTube content. But anyway, we're doing a big giveaway when we hit 1,000 subs. So if you're not already subbed, get on that. It's going to be for all platforms. So I can finally give you console guys some love. Anyway, boys and girls, let me know in the comment section what you think about the new format for our build videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Love and peace.